Hello students, today we will be going through the verification of Kirchhoff's laws experiments. So in the verification of Kirchhoff's law, we have two experiments to perform. One is KCL, another one is KVL. So now I will be performing a KVL experiment. So you can see here, the circuit for KVL experiment is given. Based on this KVL experiment, based on this circuit, I will be rigging out the circuit on this board here. So you can see I have already rigged up. I'll explain you how the connections are done. So if you can see here, this is the power supply, which is RPS1, that is nothing but the regulated power supply. Here you have another regulated power supply. So you can see here we have two regulated power supplies, one here and another one you have here. So based on this circuit, so you can see from the regulated power supply, that is from the positive of the regulated power supply 1, the connection goes to the 330 ohm resistor. Now you can see this board here. Behind this board we have already attached the resistors. So those are the same resistors which are given in the manual. So for your exams we might change these resistors. So the first thing you need to do is first check which is the amount of resistors that has been connected to this board. Find out what is this, what is the resistor, and perform the experiment according to it. So for now I have included 330 ohm resistor for R1, 220 ohm resistor and then 1 kilo ohm resistor. So based on that I'll do the connections now. So you can see from the first regulated power supply, that is from the positive of the regulated power supply, the connection goes to the 330 ohm resistor. So you can see here from the positive of the supply, the connection is gone to one point of the resistor. Then again from the next point of this 330 ohm resistor, one connection goes to 1 kilo ohm, another one connection goes to 220 ohm. So that is what is done here. One connection is gone to the 220 ohm resistor, which is nothing but R2. Another connection is gone to one point of 1 kilo ohm resistor, which is nothing but R3. Next, you can see here the another point of the 220 ohm resistor, which is nothing but the R2 resistor, is gone to the positive of the second regulated power supply. So you can see the next point of R2 or the 220 ohm resistor, I have connected it to output, that is nothing but the positive point of the regulated power supply. Next, you can see the negative of the regulated power supply 2 goes to the other end of the 1 kilo ohm resistor or the R3 resistor. So the negative is gone to the another point of the R3 resistor or the 1 kilo ohm resistor here. Again from the 1 kilo ohm resistor, again if you see, there is another connection which is gone to the negative of the power supply 1. So the another connection is gone to the negative of the power supply 1. So this is about the connection. Now you can see here, this is nothing but the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So what we have to find out here is nothing but the voltages V1, V2 voltage and the V3 voltage. Now you already know voltage is always found out in parallel. So what I have to do is, I just have to take a multimeter to measure the voltages across each of the resistor, connect it in parallel with each of the resistor in order to find out V1, V2 and V3. So we will do that now. So let me on this power supply first. Now you can see in your manual the theoretical and the practical parts in the calculation in your tabulation columns. So we will be performing the practical calculations here. So the first thing that you have to do, I will be performing 3 cases here. What I'll do is, first case I will be performing for let me take this E1, which is the nothing but the first RPS 1, E2, which is the second regulated power supply. Then I need to find out what is the V1, V2 and V3. So according to this, what I'll do is, I will conduct 3 cases, that is for first regulated power supply. In the first case, what I'll do is, I'll keep it as 10 volts. Second one, I'll keep it as 5. For the second case, I will do it for 15 volts and 12 volts. You can keep it anything, so your choice, but perform the calculations for those for those same voltages in the theoretical part also. So third case, I'll perform it for 15 and 20. So first, let me keep this first regulated power supply for 10 voltage, 10 volts. So I have kept this for 10 volts now. Second one, I am going to keep it as 5 volts. Next, let me take this multimeter. Now we already know we will be calculating the voltage. That means this should be in the voltage mode. Again, this is a DC power supply, that means it should be in the DC. So let me keep it in the range of 20. And now let me find out the voltage V1 across R1. So what I have to do is, I have to keep the multimeter in parallel with the resistor R1 in order to find out the voltage across R1. So you can see here in the multimeter, you are getting a voltage of 3.92 or 3.9. So let me write it as first voltage 3.92 volts. Now let me take this multimeter, find out the voltage across R2 now. So you can see the voltage across R2 is found out to be 1.28 or 27 volts. So second voltage is 1.27 volts. Next, let me find out the voltage across R3, that is V3. So you can see the voltage across R3 is nothing but 6.22 volts. So first case is done. Similarly, let me perform for the second case. For the second case, as I have already told you, the first voltage is 15 volts, second voltage is 12 volts. So first one is already set. Second one for 12 volts. So approximately 12. So 12.1. Now let me find out the readings. So first the voltage across R1. So you can see I am getting a voltage of 3.47 volts. So let me write that. Second, the voltage across R2. So I am getting it as minus 0.3. So let me write that. Third, across R3, that is the voltage V3. So I am getting it as 11.86. Similarly, you can perform for the third case. So you just have to keep the first voltage as 15 volts, second one as 20 volts, and perform the similar steps.